Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. It is 1:30, actually. And my intention is that you've had as productive and prosperous and joyful morning as I have. I've truly enjoyed my morning so far. It's been peaceful, relaxing, in a state of gratitude, in a state of appreciation, and a state of action. So I'm not sure if I shared this through this platform. However, I create music through an alias of Silky.Jose, SILKE space DOT space JOSE, focusing on SoundCloud right now. And what's been great is the positive and constructive feedback that I've been receiving. And because of that, there's been an influx of messages, whether that's via text or via Messenger or DMing on Instagram. And I've noticed that I've spent a lot of time there. And that's part of creating a fan base, is spending time there. And one thing that I need as a reality check for myself is to make sure that I'm detaching from the outcome. I'm a little bit too attached to the amount of plays that are coming through on a song rather than just putting my art out there and allowing people to enjoy it and having natural conversation, which is occurring. I simply need to take the next step of enlightenment and be detached from the outcome. And Dr. Dyer shared with his life how, as he became more detached from the outcome and more simply on purpose, how all the outcomes that he wanted came into his life. It's about living on purpose. When we live in our purpose, the worldly things will come to us. However, I believe this is a Bible verse that shares anyone who stays focused on the worldly possessions. This actually might not be Bible, it might be a different religion. Regardless, as long as someone is attached to their worldly, egotistical desires, they're not going to create the reality that they want. However, if they just live with purpose and they're doing something because they know that's what they were put on this earth to do, all the accolades that they're looking for will follow them. So I need to make sure to keep that principle alive in my life as well. Had a great conversation with a former student yesterday. It's really fun to have the opportunity to work with someone when they're 12, 13, 14, and then get to see them later at 18, 19, and see how the mind has evolved and the ability to have a real conversation. And that conversation truly inspired me to continue to put focus and effort into the Skills and Matter program, because it shows that, first off, my conversation with her yesterday showed how wise she is personally, how much she grew in terms of understanding of awareness. And then secondly, how open-minded certain individuals are to learning success principles. So it's definitely my responsibility to get those out there. So a success principle that I am going to share with you today, as I continue to get deeper in the Joe Dispenza book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. We're talking about manifesting still. It's really the focus of my life, is learning how to be a creator of my life. Learning how to use my mind to affect my environment rather than allowing the environment to affect my mind. Here's what he shared. The quantum model demands that our understanding of reality not be based on our senses, because quantum physics is nonsense. In the process of creating future reality via the quantum model, our senses should be the last to experience what the mind has created. The very last thing that we experience is sensory feedback. Why? Then he's going to go on. The quantum is a multidimensional reality that exists beyond your senses, and a realm where there is no body, no thing, no time. Thus, to move into that domain and create from that paradigm, you'll need to forget about your body for a while, as well as your external environment and everything that you think is you. We need to, in order to become manifestors, we have to leave this 0.00001% of life, this which we think is life, when instead life is the 99% of everything that we cannot see with these eyes, but the place that we can go to as consciousness when we leave all of this behind. That's when we're able to go into that place and manifest what it is that we desire. And that's why our physical senses should be the last to experience. See, we're all wave energies. And what's interesting about the physical reality is they're wavelengths, they're light waves, energy waves that are slowed down so much that they appear to be solid. That's what this 3D reality is a world that appears to be solid because the light waves have slowed down so much. So the most effective way for us to bring something to this 3D reality is to leave the 3D reality, go to the space of no body, no thing. See, that's the thing about life. That's a big lesson I learned from Dr. Dyer. We came from nowhere. You put a space in between the W and H, and we are now here. And when we leave this world, we're going back to nowhere. What's great, though, is we can go back to nowhere without having to leave the world. So that way we can bring what we want from nowhere into now here. We have the ability to construct whatever life we want. It's my intention that we focus on peace, love, kindness, compassion, cooperation, joy, bliss, happiness. I wish you all that type of day. The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste, and have a blessed day.